who are not really familiar with the world of tennis, who are not very familiar with the terminologies, the technical jargon of tennis, people like me, and maybe most of our viewers. So you will have to give us an answer and then also explain a few things that are happening in the question. So the question is, um, does tension in a racket make any difference, and how important is it in a rally? And so tell us what is string tension, tell us what a rally is, and then let us have your answer.
A rally is basically a point being played between the two players or in doubles between the four players. The string tension is basically the tightness of the guts, the string in the racket, and the if you have higher tension, you get a little more control, and you get more control and powerful shots. If you have lesser tension, you get more depth. Even with lesser power of your own, you can get more depth. I personally like to keep it a little looser, because just to get more depth with less power.
All right, understood. So, tell me, I don't know. I mean, there are sports that are played from the perspective of the physical things that you have to do to play a sport, and then there is the mental aspect of it. So, again, is tennis more of a physical sport or a mental sport? So, which one is it?
See, they say uh, tennis is by power, cricket is by chance, and badminton is by dance. So tennis is definitely a game of power, of physical endurance, especially singles, while doubles is a little more strategy. Um, but so it's either ways, because if you are physically fit and strong, it gives you more confidence, and it naturally gives you more mental power. And then, just like in any sports, you have to be mentally fit. Most of these big players say that you have already won or lost the game even before you step into the court. Mentally you have won or lost it. So um, uh, obviously it's a mental game. But then, if you are good physically, if you're physically fit, it in turn fuels your mental toughness. So it's both.
All right, well, very well answered. Coming back, so as an Indian and then as a tennis player, and then rounding it up with being an Indian tennis player, do you think that Indian tennis can't really succeed on the global stage?
See, all right. In terms of opportunity, today I think the world is flat. We
Mhm.
they are much better poised to play and compete at any level. And Indian players are definitely going and playing, at a global level. Um,
Mm.
Now it's about building the whole ecosystem. It's playing professionally is extremely expensive, and if
Mhm.
institutions can basically back good players, I think the talent and the hard work is there. So let's say, if you could, if I may, if you could divert some money from cricket towards tennis, I think we'll have
Mm.
all the ecosystem. So if we can, I think the analogy is that if we can succeed in cricket, which we are, then why not tennis? There's nothing stopping us. So it's just the ecosystem being a little more stronger, the institutional ecosystem, the backing from the government will go a long way.
Right. So, okay, let's extend this conversation a little. So you come from an engineering background and you've switched on to being the beautiful business owner that you today are. And you also have seen tennis at growing from the grassroots, and then of course India representing tennis at the international stages. So you've witnessed it all. Um, with the growing economy that India today is, how do you believe that corporates can really be encouraged to, sponsor or maybe invest more in sports? Let's just not say tennis, but generally in sports, how could they be encouraged?
See, I think a corporate is fundamentally a business which has to do its work, right? And if we can show them the benefits of the investment in tennis or any other sport, they would come forth. I feel that being from the tech industry, I feel that hiring and retaining talent has been a little of a challenge for most companies. So if we can, tell and show the corporates that, hey, look, investing in tennis can give you more brand visibility, or it can lead to employee engagement. They
Hmm.
would definitely invest, but we'll have to show them their benefit, their brand, and how can they would be able to hire better talent and retain that talent. I think that that is the key. And maybe you make a list of companies where the CXO level are tennis players and go with them, because they will have a natural affinity towards the sport and towards this whole putting in some investment. So we should begin there, and definitely there's a lot to do in corporates who are investing in so many other marketing activities, hiring activities would definitely shell out money for sports.
Got it, got it. And when we talk of corporates and when we talk of the economy blooming in India right now, a major segment that needs to be talked about is the workforce, the employability, and the people right now in the workforce market, I suppose, are the youth of the country, the younger generation, the tech savvy people, and I'd call them the Gen Alphas and the Betas. And in such, tech savvy and such fast paced world, do you think that the format of tennis needs to anyway evolve to stay relevant, or is it something that's gonna stay? And while the whirlpool of the world works, it's gonna stay and it's gonna be relevant throughout time. What opinions do you have on this?
I uh, see, like test matches are 5 days, and then we have 1 days, and then we have the 2020 format. I think in tennis, it's not such a like tennis matches don't last for days. And I think tennis, by its very design and format, is based upon mental fitness, physical endurance, physical power, stamina. Shortening the format might take away from the very game itself. So, as a tennis lover and as a tennis player, and a slightly more classical and conventional player, I would like the format to be like it. And then there are close cousins like pickleball, which are coming up, which have shorter formats, and if I can say that, they need a little less stamina. The youth has choice to choose the sport, but I think the sport itself should not change to accommodate let's say shorter formats.
All right. And again, talking of the generation of today, AI has been, it's all over the place. I mean, we've trying to cater to the demands and the needs, and I think AI has proven to be one of the easiest, quickest solution. So, again, how do you see AI being integrated into sports and the world of tennis? And do you think that machine learning maybe helps Indian athletes to strategize and improve their performances?
See, AI and machine learning work on a lot of data. They need a lot of data to build models and to basically uh, you know give an inference, right? So
Mm.
I think it'll mostly be at the pro level to begin with. Now, of course, I right now I can think of two very good ways. One is performance tracking and improvement. So, for example, video models of players who are playing, or wearables or sensors in the rackets can sense the racket movement, the racket power, the spin, the foot movement, and analyze this data to give very personalized feedback on a player's playing style and recommend improvements. For example, it can say that, hey, your topspin forehand becomes weaker as the rallies last longer, and which prompts the player to improve the stamina. So performance tracking and improvement using AI will we will see it happen very soon. Also, maybe injury prevention. So again, with the playing style and videos, AI can pretty much tell you that, hey, if you play with this style, for longer periods, you might get a tennis elbow. And if you can change your grip in a certain way, you might be able to or suggest rest periods, which might be able to prevent injuries. So performance tracking and injury prevention are are two very key things where AI can really help tennis.
Right. I completely agree